Times Radio Breakfast. Last Wednesday, the ancient crumbling Parliament made a bold step into the future by getting a TikTok account. But less than a week later, it's gone. There was backlash from MPs who said that it was irresponsible for Parliament to join the platform, saying it passes data onto the Chinese government. That's something that TikTok has always denied, including to MPs on select committees. The letter, written by the Conservative MP Nus Ghani and signed by the likes of Ian Duncan-Smith and Tom Tugendhat, said experts have called TikTok essentially Chinese government spyware. So is it? Are security worries about TikTok valid? Here to tell us is Emily Taylor, the CEO of Oxford Information Labs, a cybersecurity company, and the editor of the Journal of Cyber Policy. Good morning to you, Emily.
Good morning, Asma. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Is there any evidence that TikTok does this, that it passes data to the Chinese government?
Well, according to a Citizen Lab report last year, there's no real special risk associated with TikTok over and above any other free-to-use advertising-driven social media platform. You know, when I first heard this story, I sort of had this image of MPs lip syncing and doing crazy dancing. You know, at one level, what is the Parliament TikTok account going to be doing? But on another level, there is a really serious point here because, you know, there's over 1 billion users of TikTok. And this is actually a really important channel to connect with young users, primarily teenagers. And so these sort of crusty institutions have to sort of take up this challenge. So, you know, what is the reality? It's very difficult to tell because it all comes down to trust, and it comes down to how much you have to share data when you're running a huge platform with 1 billion users and operating in many countries. And a lot of the reports that you read about, you know, communication with headquarters in Beijing, if you are looking at that with a sort of suspicion, you know, are they talking to China? Yes, absolutely. It's a Chinese-owned company. Would that company have to share data with the Chinese government if it was asked to? Yes, absolutely. It's not going to be able to resist that. It's legally compelled to. So it all comes down to the sort of prevailing wind, really. You know, 10 years ago, Google was in China, and we would be, you know, thinking about how great that was to sort of have the interaction between US Chinese companies and build trust and get to work out how people think and act. Now it's, you know, anything with China, people are tense, and rightly so in some cases.
Yeah, well, I mean, clearly people will look at what's happening in Taiwan. They'll look at what's happened in Hong Kong. They'll look at China cozying up to Russia. Russia obviously invading Ukraine. Is this about security risks, or is this just about how it looks? I mean, do you think there are genuine security risks here for a Parliament account, or do you think that it's more a case of this is not a good look?
There are always security risks. You know, that you don't have to own a platform to compromise it, to spread propaganda, to harvest users' data. And we learned that through the Russian interference with elections. You know, so you all, and particularly Parliament and, you know, politicians in this country have to always be mindful of security. I wouldn't want to downplay those risks. And you reeled off a list of current tensions with China. I would also add the tensions between on 5G and Huawei, and also China's activities in technical standards, all of which there are very good reasons to be concerned from a security point of view. So this is difficult stuff. And I would say it was a blend of, you know, of genuine security concerns and also, as you said, Asma, it's not a good look.
No.
It's not the prevailing wind at the moment.
No, it's certainly not. Emily, thank you. Emily Taylor, CEO of Oxford Information Labs and the editor of the Journal of Cyber Policy.